one in another system. I do not know where it is at, but there are other planets where this is going on, 4 in total. And on planet Earth, all of the groups are mixed. And we are all here in the lower realms of what the Kabbalists call Malkuth, or what they term, I've heard from them, is called Kagekin. This physical embodiment that we're in, and we come from these so-called higher selves, which in turn also, like David said he was my higher self, comes from an oversoul, one of these oversouls. Now David believed in a lie too. He believed that he must make other souls out of himself, send them down into lower realms, and experience for them. Now after my sojourn here in this lower realm was to be over, then all of the memories that I have, I give to David. David did not create them in his lower realms. He's in a higher realm right now, working on his own. And all of these realms, incidentally, are attached to Earth, and we call them oftentimes the astral planes or the less denser planes. He's there. He is not making the choices here for me. I came from him. Now I am here in the circumstances that he dished out. The cards from the deck of proverbial playing cards that we all play. He dished me out a hand of cards. And wants to see what I'm going to do with them. And then after I play out the hand the best I can here in this realm, and the embodiment that I've attached myself by attaching myself to the serpent of DNA, and by putting myself in such a realm where now duality is so magnified that I see myself as so separate from it. These bodies are designed to make us perceive duality in such a gross magnification that we believe that everything is totally separate. And that is the proverbial good and evil, the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Now, in the Garden of Eden, there's also a tree of life, but we are taught, and also these souls like David, who experienced his only one true incarnation here about 3,000 years ago, he has in turn created other souls out of his self, out of the self that we all share. It's not his self, actually. He creates it out of the one consciousness that flows through all things. Souls can create other souls. And so he says he has sent, I am the 22nd incarnation of David over the past 3,000 years. But I am not ever David. Each time he has organized from the essence of D, or the essence of consciousness that flows through all things, the one true higher self of all souls, sends that essence into a realm, tells it to attach itself to the DNA, and the bodies grow, and then we, because we are consciousness, we take on the identity of whatever we are attached to, and we begin to believe that this is who we are. So now I am experiencing what David had desired me to experience. I never would have done this had I known what David knew, and David would have never done this had he known what Ben knew, and Ben is one of the 72. They are like the Sumerians have taught, the Anunnaki or the Anunnaki. They lie. They have enslaved parts of the self to experience for them. So then David is taught that eventually he will become Ben. That is not a truth. Just like I do not later become David. And in my conversations with David, I know I'm digressing, but I must say I've discovered this, that his personality is not like mine. Now, when I first was formed, David first formed me out of the self. My personality was like his, except for I did not have his memories. I was a brand new soul, just like a brand new child, innocent, and not knowing, just knowing that I existed. that is still free in higher realms of the astral. When our embodiments are released, these incarnations will then be added to their experience. They are free while this is going on. And they work in groups. And they continue to do the same thing that was done to them, and are taught that eventually they will become one with that which created them. David will someday become Ben, and then become like God. Ben was created out of the self the same way that David was. Ben knows that. And David did not. And I asked David, how did you create me out of yourself and send me here? And he says the same way that Ben created me. Yet my sojourn within time and space is only subject to what I am given in these lower realms. And then my soul will die by giving it to the higher self that proclaims it to be my soul, as David. And eventually David will die too. And he will in turn give the essence of everything that he has accumulated through all of the souls that he has sent into lower realms that he calls incarnations, to that which is an oversoul, which was in his case Ben, one of the 72 that began this lie. This is a lie. And not one of the 72 ever personally experiences the lower realms themselves. They have devised a system of groups within the astral that send souls here, and they keep them in ignorance. They tell them that there are angels. Angels are different from us, they say. That is a lie as well. In Judeo-Christian culture, we are taught that there are angels. And I asked David, and I've also asked Ben in my communications months ago with Ben. I asked Ben, what are angels? Are they like us? No, they are different. And that is a lie as well. She said they are different because they never